They broke you, didn't they? You trusted, you believed. And they crushed you like you were nothing. Like you didn't matter. Like your heart, your dreams, your pain were just collateral damage in their selfish little game. And you let it happen. Yeah, let that sink in. Because this is war and I don't have time to sugarcoat the truth. You let them in. You handed them the blade. And they didn't hesitate to stab you. And now, you're here, broken, drowning in excuses, stuck in the past, replaying the moment over and over like a pathetic prisoner of your own mind. Wake, UP. This world doesn't care about your scars. It doesn't care about your pain. The battlefield is merciless. And while you sit there licking your wounds, the enemy marches forward. They move on. They thrive. And you rot in your own self-pity, waiting for some miracle to pull you out of the pit they left you in. But let me tell you something, nobody is coming to save you. Not them. Not your so-called friends. Not the ones who walked away like you never existed. And definitely not the cowards who smiled in your face while burying knives in your back. The only thing that can save you now is you. And God. But don't get it twisted. God isn't some genie granting wishes to the weak-hearted. He isn't handing out redemption to those who refuse to fight. No, God is the refiner. The fire. The force that will take the shattered pieces of your soul and forge them into something unbreakable if you are willing to endure the furnace. But are you? Or are you still clinging to the past? Still crying about what they did? Still hoping for an apology that will never come? Because listen to me, they don't regret it. Yeah, let that slap you in the face. They don't regret using you. They don't regret betraying you. They don't regret leaving you in ruins. In fact, they sleep just fine at night, while you sit here drowning in anger and self-destruction. So tell me, when does it end? When do you stop being a victim? When do you stand the hell up and become the warrior you were meant to be? Because let me be real with you. You are either going to let this pain bury you, or you are going to let it build you. There is no middle ground. You don't get to sit on the fence between strength and weakness. You either rise or you stay on your knees, bleeding out while the world moves on without you. So what's it gonna be? Stay broken? Or get up and make them regret ever thinking they could destroy you? Because God didn't let you survive this just to watch you crumble. No. He's about to repair everything they shattered. But first he needs to see if you're ready for war. And right now you don't look ready. So get up. Because this fight isn't over. They fed you a lie. A beautiful, poisonous, seductive lie. They made you believe that you were weak. That you weren't enough. That you were disposable. And like a fool you swallowed it whole. And now you walk around with your head down, shoulders slumped, carrying the weight of their deception like a prisoner in invisible chains. Let me break it to you, you are not weak. You never were. But somewhere along the way they convinced you that you were. They whispered it in your ear every time they overlooked you. Every time they betrayed you. Every time they made you feel like an afterthought. And you let it seep into your bloodstream. You let their voices become your inner dialogue. And now, you look in the mirror and see exactly what they wanted you to see: someone broken, someone lesser, someone who will never be enough. But they lied. And you need to wake up from this illusion before it buries you alive. Because the moment you buy into their deception, the moment you start believing that you are nothing, is the moment you hand them your power. And that is unforgivable. They don't deserve to own a single piece of you. Not your mind, not your confidence, not your destiny. But right now you're handing it to them on a silver platter. Look at you. You hesitate. You second guess yourself. You stand in front of open doors but refuse to step through because that voice in your head, the one they put there, tells you that you don't belong, that you're not worthy, that you're not strong enough. But let me tell you the truth. The only reason they tried to break you is because they saw what you could become. Yeah, let that sink in. They saw it before you did. They saw your strength before you ever recognized it in yourself, and that terrified them. So they did everything in their power to make sure you never woke up. They planted doubt. They orchestrated your downfall. They made sure you were too distracted by pain to ever realize that you were the one thing they feared the most. But it didn't work, because you're still here. And now you have two choices. One, keep believing the lie and die a slow, invisible death. Or two, rip that lie out of your soul and become the force of nature they never wanted you to be. Because let me tell you something about God. He doesn't create weak people. He forges warriors. He takes the broken, the betrayed, the forgotten, and he turns them into an unstoppable storm. But you've been running from it. You've been sitting in the ashes, waiting for someone to come and rebuild you. Stop waiting. Nobody is coming. Nobody is going to hand you your power back. You have to take it. You have to rise up and destroy the illusion that they built around you. Because here's the brutal truth. You are not weak. You are not a victim. You are not powerless. The only thing standing between you and your rise is the lie you've been holding onto like a damn security blanket. So burn it. Rip it out of your mind, out of your spirit, out of your DNA. And the next time that voice creeps in, the one that tells you you're not enough, you silence every step you take toward the life they swore you could never have. God is not finished with you, but he cannot bless the version of you that refuses to stand in truth. So what's it going to be? Live in a lie, or become the warrior you were always meant to be? Because I'll tell you this, only one of those options leads to freedom. Enough with the illusions. Enough with the excuses. It's time for the raw truth, the kind that most people can't handle, the kind that separates the weak from the warriors. You ready? Nobody gives a damn about your pain. Yeah, read that again. Nobody cares how much you've suffered. Nobody is losing sleep over the nights you cried, the betrayals you endured, or the scars you carry. Because this world, it doesn't stop for the broken, it feeds on them. And if you don't learn how to fight back, you will be devoured. That's the truth. You think life is unfair. You think what happened to you was cruel. You think you deserved better? Guess what? You did. You deserved loyalty. You deserved respect. You deserve love that didn't turn into a knife in your back. But life doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you're willing to fight for. And right now, you're not fighting. You're surviving. There's a difference. Survivors cling to the past. They relive the pain. They wear their wounds like a badge of honor but never heal. Warriors, they take their pain and forge it into a weapon. They take every betrayal, every scar, every ounce of suffering and turn it into fuel. So tell me, which one are you? Because let's be real, you've been playing small. You've been sitting in the wreckage, waiting for some divine intervention to come and lift you out of the pit. You keep saying, one day I'll rise. One day I'll heal. One day I'll prove them wrong. One day. No, that day is now. Because every second you waste, someone else is out there taking what's meant to be yours. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is stepping into their power while you sit there trapped in a victim mindset. You think they regret hurting you? You think they lie awake at night, haunted by what they did? No, they moved on. They found new victims, new distractions, new ways to fill the void where their soul should be. And you're still stuck in the same damn story. A story that should have ended the moment they walked away. So let me ask you something, when does it end? When do you finally say enough? Because here's the truth, the real, ugly, brutal truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not your family. Not even God. Yeah, I said it. Because God isn't in the business of handouts. He's in the business of war. He's watching, waiting, testing you to see if you're ready for the next level. But you're still begging for a way out instead of fighting your way through. You keep praying for an escape when you should be praying for strength. Because listen to me, God already gave you everything you need. He gave you the fire. He gave you the resilience. He gave you the mind, the body, the spirit to overcome anything. But He's not going to do the work for you. That's on you. So here's the question that determines everything. Are you ready to stop mourning what you lost and start building what's next? Because until you do that, you are nothing but a prisoner. Not to them, to yourself. And that is the real tragedy. So what's it going to be? Keep crying over the past? Or get up and remind this world who the hell you are? Because let me tell you something, you were never meant to stay broken. You were meant to rise. And now, it's time. You think you have time. You think you can sit in your pain, dwell on your past, waste away in your own sorrow because somehow you believe the world will wait for you to get your act together. It won't. Time is moving. Life is happening. The war is ongoing. And if you refuse to fight, if you refuse to rise, you will be left behind. That's the cold, unforgiving reality. Because this world has no sympathy for the weak. And I don't mean the kind of weakness that comes from being hurt. I mean the weakness that comes from refusing to rise. Because at this point, it's a choice. And every day you choose to stay down, you are making a decision to be forgotten. Because let's be real, no one remembers the ones who never fought back. History doesn't write stories about the people who gave up. Legends aren't built on the backs of those who stayed broken. And God does not reward those who refuse to use the strength He gave them. So let me ask you, where are you headed? Because if you don't change, if you don't step into your power, if you don't let go of the excuses, this is how your story ends. You stay stuck. You stay bitter. You watch opportunity after opportunity pass you by. You scroll through your phone, seeing people who were once behind you now thriving, now rising, now claiming everything you once dreamed of, because they chose to fight while you chose to stay stagnant. And the worst part, you will have no one to blame but yourself, because the people who hurt you, they're not holding you back anymore. They did what they did. That chapter is over. But you're the one keeping yourself in chains. Every day you wake up and make the choice to carry the past like a burden instead of a lesson. Every day you let fear dictate your steps. Every day you let doubt choke the life out of your potential. And eventually, the weight of it all will crush you. Until one day you wake up and realize you wasted your life. That's the consequence of weakness. Not just failure, not just regret, but the realization that you had the power to change everything and you chose not to. And by the time you see it, it'll be too late. Too late to build the life you wanted. Too late to prove them wrong. Too late to become the warrior you were meant to be. Because the only thing worse than being broken is knowing you had the power to rise but never did. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let your past bury you? Or are you going to finally stand the hell up and take what's yours? Because I promise you this, if you stay weak, if you stay stuck, if you stay small, you will become invisible. The world will move on without you. The people who once doubted you won't even remember your name. The ones who hurt you will never feel the sting of your revenge. Because your revenge was never meant to be words. It was meant to be your rise. So if you let this pain win, if you let your weakness define you, then congratulations, they won. And you became just another story of wasted potential. Enough of the hesitation. Enough of the weakness. Enough of the old you. Because the old you, the one who begged for approval, who waited for apologies that never came, who lived in the shadows of their betrayal, that version of you is dead. Burned, buried, gone. And what stands in its place? A warrior, a force, a living, breathing, unstoppable storm. Because let me tell you something, the moment they hurt you, everything fell apart. Your peace shattered, your trust evaporated, your soul bled, and for a while you thought that was the end. It wasn't. It was the beginning. Because what they didn't realize, what they never saw coming, was that the fire they thought would consume you, it forged you. Yeah, let that sink in. Every betrayal, every scar, every sleepless night, it didn't break you. It built you. They thought they were burying you. They were planting you. And now you rise. Not as the person you were. Not as the weak, desperate, forgiving soul they once knew. But as something else. Something dangerous. Something relentless. Something they will never be able to control again. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more doubt. From this moment on, you own yourself. You own your power. You own your story. You own your destiny. Because let me make this crystal clear, no one is going to give you permission to be great. You take it. You claim it. You walk into every room, into every challenge, into every damn battle like you were born to win, because you were. And if they don't like it, if they feel threatened, good. They should be afraid. Because the version of you they thought they could manipulate, the one they thought they could control, break, destroy, that person is gone. This is the new you, the risen you, the unbreakable you. And from this moment forward, there is no going back. You are no longer here to prove them wrong. You are no longer here to seek validation. You are no longer here to replay the pain they inflicted. You are here to conquer, to take what's yours, to rise above every doubt, to become everything they swore you could never be. Because God didn't just repair you, He rebuilt you for war. And now, it's time to show them what happens when the broken become warriors. Rise. This is it. This is the moment. The point where everything you've heard, everything you've felt, everything that has lit a fire in your soul now demands a choice. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because after this, there are no more excuses. No more blaming them. No more wishing things had gone differently. No more clinging to a past that does nothing but drown you. That part of your life is over. And now you either step up or stay forgotten. Because listen to me, God didn't put you through hell for you to come out weak. He didn't let you walk through fire just so you could crawl back into the ashes. No, He rebuilt you for something greater. And that means from this moment forward, you move like you were made for more. No hesitation, no second guessing, no waiting for the perfect time, because the perfect time is the second you decide to move. So move. Move with the kind of energy that makes people uncomfortable. Move with the kind of presence that makes your enemies flinch. Move with the kind of power that ensures you are never ignored again. This is not a request. This is not a suggestion. This is a command. Get up, get disciplined. Get aggressive with your future. You're not some broken thing waiting to be fixed. You are already whole. You are already built for this fight. And now you go out and show the world exactly what happens when the forgotten become undeniable. No mercy, no retreat, no looking back. It's time, move.